As we've reported, South Africa recording its first COVID-19 death and the number of coronavirus cases in the country exceeding the 1,000 mark. That said, the media has been an integral part of disseminating all important messages to citizens from government. Acumen Media has put together a report that analyses media activity in the past week. We're going to talk about some of the more interesting statistics as Tonya Khoury joins us, Director of Acumen, joining us via Skype from Sodwana. Tonya, good morning to you in Northern KwaZulu-Natal, where you will tell us that any small town at a time like this, I guess, brings its own set of challenges.
I tell you what, Jeremy, Sodwana and Mbazwana, the local town, is very much a rural community, and we thrive on tourism and tourism alone. Sodwana is a diving town. It's South Africa's diving mecca, and some do fishing. And really within a week, this entire place has just shut down. There is no work because all the work was for tourism. And there was a problem in the community before. People were hungry before the lockdown. And I think now we're seeing the systemic result of that problem. So I've been watching the news and I've been monitoring the media, and coronavirus is spoken about. I mean, there is only one story. But here it hit home for me because very soon we started thinking about, well, what about cleanliness amongst our community? Most people can't afford to buy soap. I mean, the reality is here there is no water. Most people roll barrels, kids roll barrels to go and get water, okay? But us, we thought, okay, Yasmin and I, a fundraiser that cleaned up in Botswana a while ago, we put our heads together and she managed to magic up 2 pallets of bars of soap. We cut them up and we started handing them out. 850 bars of soap and 500 flyers in Zulu trying to explain cleanliness. But here was the problem. People just started hoarding or crowding around the demonstration platform. So it was not COVID friendly. And the more we tried to talk about self-distancing, it didn't help. So education is definitely key in this rural community. And then after the soap exercise, both I and Yasmin couldn't sleep, and we decided, okay, it's time to get food because these people were hungry before we even locked down. Now 21 days without the opportunity to live from hand to mouth, which is all they do anyway. So apart from the tourism aspect being horrific, we have a local problem that it's dire and might result in people starving to death.
Having said that, though, Tonya, you also say post the soap mission and also helping out with food, that you have also received messages from people of sincere gratitude. Earlier, you said the town was reluctant and almost obstinate in its acceptance of the inevitable. Am I sensing now that as the work is being done, as people are starting to face the reality of the next 3 weeks, that maybe sentiment and behavior is changing slightly?
I think we were in denial for a great deal of the time. The people who had access to media, those people who didn't were blissfully unaware. I think now the panic has set in because of the lockdown, and that obstinance has turned into desperation. Jeremy, I'll give you an example, and I'm very emotional about this. My phone has become a food relief center. The calls, the SMSs, the WhatsApps, they do not stop. We started with 55 parcels, 3 people with 2 additional helpers. And those 55 were gone in seconds. We put another 360 together. Now going from 50 to 360 from scale is ridiculous in this tiny community. We had people everywhere. And then the phone did not stop. We ran out. People were begging. People that got food were saying thank you. People who didn't get food were saying thank you for trying. Sorry.
No, Tonya, I can see how this is impacting on you, and all I can say is that you are doing a fantastic job, and I hope that people are appreciating what you're doing. It's critical at a time like this that communities, if they can, come together to help those less fortunate. So you believe that you're making something of a difference, albeit small.
Well, it's not so small anymore. Here's the good news, is the government have been unbelievable. I have joined a Telegram group, the government has a section for the rural communities, and I joined the KZN version. And the people in there, it's not like, we expect government to just auto-response. None of that. There are real humans in there with real help. They are trying to get us logistics. I mean, here are our challenges, Jeremy. The first thing is, where do we put this food if we get the money? Okay, we have donations from Luxembourg are insane. Yasmin's contacts in Luxembourg have changed this community through a few euros, Now, sorry, that was my machine. Now, the challenge we face is, number one, getting the money to put the food together. Number two, where do we leave the food? We can't go door to door. We're not allowed to. We need logistics to help. Do we just dump the food in a place for people to come collect? Won't that then be a group of people just on one place and cause a health risk as well? We need guidance. We need help. We need volunteers. We need money. We need food. These people were hungry before lockdown, and 21 days is just not sustainable.
Tonya Khoury, let me ask you this question. You talk about heroes in the town, but if you look at social media this week, it's also been peppered with villains. 20,000 mentions of people who have experienced price gouging and stockpiling.
20,000 mentions, Jeremy. The retailers out there who did this, you're going to make enough money anyway. You're the guys who are going to make the money. There's no reason to hike your prices. I mean, we've seen all sorts on social media. New price labels being put on old ones that just triple the price. I mean, not just here, around the world. I was watching yesterday something in Nigeria. It went up at times by 1,000 for sanitizers. Come on, guys, toe the line here. And let's not talk about dogs and walking. Please, take a tall glass of perspective. Sorry.
128,000 engagements on social media this week about dogs and jogging. Tonya Khoury, we're going to leave it there. In Sodwana, for us, a very emotional story of a community that is under an enormous amount of pressure, but angels in the community also getting involved. Director of Acumen Media. Thank you very much indeed.